Hey guys, what's going on? I know I'm looking a little bit different today. I went ahead and went a little bit blonder. Normally I do balayage hair, but we took the highlights all the way up and we made it a little more white, icy blonde. No, I am not trying to be Kim Kardashian. I do not want to be a Kardashian. I just really like blonde hair and I'm finally to the point where I can get myself there. So let me know what you guys think of it below. I do need your help. I haven't had this blonde of hair, so I'm like struggling to get the foundation out of my hair. You'll see it during the video because it's there, but I tried to take it off with like a makeup wipe. But do you guys have any tricks for my like blonde girls out there? What do you do to try to get the foundation out of your hair? I'm one of those people who really blends my foundation in and my bronzer like kind of into my hairline because I think it looks a little bit more natural. So let me know what you guys do. I need your help. So anyway, today we are going to go over this look right here. I know this is my typical kind of peachy, summery spotlight eye that I've really been focusing on lately. I'm sorry if that's getting annoying. I'm just really obsessed with it. But I am walking you through how I really cut the crease and a couple tricks that really help, especially if you have hooded eyes. It'll help if you don't have hooded eyes, but I'm gonna share some tricks with you. So it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, but cut creases are difficult. It's not something you're gonna pick up right away, but when you do pick it up, it is fairly easy. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look right here, go ahead and keep watching. My eyes are watering already as usual. It's changing from winter to spring, so it's gonna be like this for a while, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So you could see I kind of have a little bit of lightness right here. That is because my eyes are already tearing up and I've had to apply concealer a couple times. So we're gonna cover it up with shadow, so don't worry about that. And if you do have allergies and your corners start to water, go ahead and try to just smoke your eyeshadow out a little bit more. At least that's what I do and it seems to work. So let's get into it. So I'm just gonna start to kind of create the like smoked out effect to start. And you always kind of want to do that when you're doing a cut crease. So I'm gonna kind of go between these two colors right here. Champs, I swear I use this palette so much, and GNO, so that guy and that guy, and I'm gonna kind of mix them together, and that's how I'm gonna kind of smoke the eye out. So I'm gonna fast forward through it, but you guys will get the whole idea. And I do want to kind of look back, so I'm gonna sit forward, and I have a tilted mirror like this, and I kind of like tilt it up as I go so I don't raise my eyebrows so much. This wrinkle's starting to get real bad, so I'm trying to work on that a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of tilt my head back, and I'm gonna like feel, I know where it is from doing my makeup so much, but where my orbital bone naturally kind of sits, and that's where I'm gonna apply it. And I'm kind of going for more of a round shape today. So as you can see, I don't know about your eyes, but my eyes kind of have a little bit of darkness where that orbital bone sits. So I'm gonna kind of apply it where that darkness is in like a dome shape. So here we go. This is also an LA Girl 202. And then I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of this color right here, Big Cocktails, and work that in as well as I work my way down onto the lid. I do want to take this all over the lid just so there's a nice like blend. And then we're gonna put something a little bit darker to kind of deepen everything, but you'll see. And if your inner corners are small like mine are, you might want to grab something a little bit smaller. So this is my MAC 217. Dipping into Champs and GNO, that's kind of what I use to get in here so it doesn't really kind of like push into the inner corner too much. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take everything onto the lid. And then specifically dipping into GNO, I'm gonna work that on the outer corner a little bit. And you can see I'm really not being super precise, and the inner corner, just to kind of start the whole like spotlight eye for the cut crease. And then just take that in to kind of match everything up to this side. And then I'm just gonna really focus on blending the outer corners. Dip into champs a little. Bring that up. All right, so I'm gonna stop there for now, and then you're gonna wanna take a concealer. I'm just using my Flower Beauty concealer. I just got this and I'm trying to kind of like experiment with it. So that's what I'm using instead of Tarte Shape Tape, which I know like everybody uses for a cut crease. So I'm gonna take that on a MAC concealer brush. This is the 194. So the key with hooded eyes is to apply the product on the lid, right? So wherever you wanna apply it. And this stuff doesn't set down too fast, so you'll be all right if you have to work slow. And that's kind of the key with a cut crease, in my opinion, is slow and steady. And I'm gonna apply it kind of heavy. And then while it's still wet, look up, and you could see how it transferred a little bit up here. Do it again. That's where I know where to bring my cut crease to. So I'm just gonna build that up. Need a little more concealer, I think. And that just is a really good guideline for a cut crease. And I like to kind of pat as I get closer to the top. And I'm kind of touching down there first to take off some of the product. And once most of the product is gone, you can kind of like etch out the edges. Just like that. So quickly, now this is definitely not necessary. I just did it on this eye. I probably wouldn't do it again. I'm gonna take my Essence Metal Shock. What is this color? I'll list it down below. This is the one that my dog got a hold of, so I don't have the color, but it basically just looks like that. They're really pretty, and I'm going to put that on top of the concealer just as kind of like an added base, but this is definitely not necessary. And if you're just starting with like cut creases, you can even just go in with the essence instead of the concealer because you have a little more wiggle room, right? Just like that. And then with a flat brush, this is the MAC 239. So I dipped into my Carly Bible palette with these two shades at first, but I didn't really like it. And then I ended up just going in with ColourPop in the shade Louis. So I'm gonna just try to go in with Louis and see what happens. If I need to add a little bit more of the Carly palette, I will, but let's try Louis. And see how the cut crease just really amplifies the shadow. And then we're going to go ahead and blend. So first I'm gonna go back into the LA Girl and I'm gonna dip slightly into GNO and work out the edges to start. I don't like a stark like cut crease type of thing. You could totally leave it, like even at that first part, you could totally leave it at that, or even this, but I don't know. I like a very, very blended cut crease type of situation. So I'm gonna work on blending these. All right, and then I'm gonna go back into the 217 and dip into this shade right here, which is called Spoiled. And that we're gonna put just on the outer corner. And like I've talked about with hooded eyes, I don't like to really take this into the crease. I prefer to just kind of keep it like on the outer V area for a little definition. Sorry, I'm trying to like make sure I'm in focus here, but I don't have one of those cameras that you can connect like an outer or an external like viewfinder too, so I'm trying to make sure I'm in view here. Sorry guys. And I'm not taking any additional product, but I'm gonna go back into the shimmer and just kind of tap over that edge and in the inner corner. I'm gonna not, again, take any additional product, but just take that 217, and my eye is watering on that side, which is why it's patchy, so ignore that, but this side should be fine. Just gonna kind of throw that in there to kind of bring everything together. All right, now let's go ahead and work on the lower lash line. So I'm pretty much just gonna repeat what I did on the top. GNO and Champs to start. And I'm really gonna smoke this out, especially to cover that outer corner that keeps watering. And then on a more precise kind of pencil brush, I'm going to dip into the Carly Bible palette into this shade right here. It's just a little bit lighter, and that's what I'm gonna kind of lighten the inner corner with, the like super inner corner right there, like I did right here. Starting with that because it's lighter. And then I'm gonna dip back into, which one? This guy right here, Louis, and kind of throw him very, very lightly in the inner corner, like super inner corner. So it goes like lighter to a little darker right there. Kind of defeats the purpose of like the whole cut crease area, but I don't know, I just kind of like tying that color in. And then on that same brush, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Spoiled, which is like the reddish shade that we used on the outer corner, and just tie that in. Mostly on the outer corner. Okay, so that looks good to me as far as the blending for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a very, very, very thin line of liner like I did on this eye, and then I'm gonna apply my lashes. My camera needs to like chill out because it's overheated, so I'm gonna do that while it charges, and then I will meet you back here. All right, you guys, lashes and liner are on, and this is what we are looking like. Of course, I love this look. It's kind of been one of my like go-tos lately. Really into peaches, really into spotlight eye for summer. But I did want to really take the time to kind of walk you through the cut crease. Applying the concealer to your lash line first and then looking up is a really, really good trick. I didn't come up with it. A lot of people do it. I've seen it a million times on YouTube. It's just something that's super, super helpful, especially when you're starting out, and getting something like the MAC 194, which kind of comes to like a taper, like semicircle at the end, really helps for getting towards that like edge and just kind of padding the color that you've like set the guideline for by looking up. This really, really makes it easy. Cut creases are difficult. It's not something that you're gonna get right away. It takes practice, it takes time, but I promise you will get there, and I hope today I gave you some of the tools that you need to help. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below. I love to hang out in the comments and chit chat with you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye-bye.